Hi, this is David. We're back talking about Angular and we're walking through the tutorial at angular.io. In the last video, we showed how to create a list, a bound list by using the ng-for command and how to use the ngIf command to alternatively keep this in or out of the DOM. In this one, we're going to actually refactor a little bit because we've got a lot of things in the same component. And we'll refactor this with the master detail components. So we're going to go back to our command line interface and generate a new component. This line right here, ng generate component, and we'll call it hero-detail. So command line is here. I'll run that command. And you'll see that as I go to my source code, that I now have this hero detail folder, and under that I have a CSS, HTML, and a couple of TS files. There's my component right there. Now we want to add in our HTML template, we're going to move information that used to be in the heroes component. So if you look over here in our heroes component HTML template, right there, this whole section for the selected hero, we want to take that out of here and we'll put it into this hero detail to get a little better separation of concerns there. I'll save that and I'll come back to here and I'll just delete this whole thing right there. Alright, now this implies that I'm going to have to, in my hero detail, somehow I've got this hero, I'm going to have to tell it which hero it is. It's going to have to be passed in to this component. All right, so first thing it has to know about the component. So let's do that. So hero details have to know what a hero is. So here's my hero detail component. I don't think I've opened it up yet. Hero detail component right there. So it can find that here in the hero component. There's my hero class. And then in the hero HTML component, what I deleted out of there, I'm going to replace with this here. This is how I'm going to pass in. So here's app hero detail, and that matches in my component the selector for this. So it's going to find that and show that HTML template. And this is where I'm going to say this has a parameter called hero. I'm going to pass in whatever the selected hero of this is. Now how do we do that? Well, the way we're going to do that is that we're going to specify in our hero detail component right now we're importing the component and the on init. We're going to specify input. Input allows us to pass data into this component. And then we're going to create a new property, a property in here called hero. We've done this before. We've added a property to hero detail component, which is called hero, but we're going to decorate it with this @input. Now we need to have this input up here in order to use that, and this tells it that this can be passed in from an external component. So essentially that's a parameter that we can pass in, and we're passing it with that syntax right there. And this, I think we've already done this part here, right? Yep, it's right here. App hero detail, hero equals selected hero. So that's done. Let's now save all this and see if it works. If it worked, nothing should have changed. In fact, I'll refresh it just to be sure. Our highlights work. We click on this one, it works. The data binding works. But we've refactored them to get a better separation of concerns out of these and making it easier to work with our code. We're done with this section. If something didn't work for you, down at the bottom are the 4 files that we touched. You can compare your code to these, or if you can't figure it out, just copy and paste these into your sample code. This is David. Thank you for watching.